T.O.P magazine, Benjamin Perez, here with Droop-E.
What it do?
Droop-E, what was the first thing you ever really got introduced to with music? It was like kind of a skit, right? Something like that?
Yeah. I first got on the album 1991. I was 3 years old. My pops put me on the skit.
3 years old?
I was 3. On a skit called Federal. He used to drive me to school, drive me to kindergarten at the time in Vallejo. And I was always a curious kid. I asked him a million questions. So he did a skit called Question, where I'm asking him hella questions, and he just chopping it up with me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go back and hear it to really hear the whole skit though. And end kind of sick.
That's not, like, from judging from your father's, past, that sounds like something he would do. I think that's kind of funny, he's like, man, he asked me so many questions, I'm gonna make this skit called Questions.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I remember I read online that Be Legit, at first I thought it was cousin, we just actually recently reviewed, and you said that he was your godfather.
Yeah.
What was the story behind all that? How do you become your godfather?
Back in, my pops and Bila been best friends since childhood. They grew up in the same area in the hillside in Vallejo. So, Bila introduced my pops to my mom, actually, from junior high. My pops always had a crush on my mom back in junior high, but they were in the same band together, the same high school band together.
Yeah.
Bila and my mom's. He went to Vallejo High, my pops went to Hogan High. So they was already, they was best friends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was only natural for pops to make Bila my godfather.
Yeah.
He's not my cousin though.
Yeah.
They always think B Slim is B Legit's son, but my cousin B Slim, that's my cousin on my pop's side. That's a whole nother.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you got Sugar Tia as your aunt, right?
Right.
So you basically grew up around music. Music has always been in your family. Your family has been probably the most successful family in music. How does that make you feel in the Bay Area?
It's a good feeling, man. I mean, music goes deep in my roots. Even from the church, I got 100 and some cousins that sing, rap, do gospel. My uncle St. Charles, he had a funk band back in the 70s. My grandfather, he still plays guitar and blues music to this day. Like I said, my mother was in a high school band. I was raised around music, man. My whole life. So it's a good feeling to know and to watch as a kid. Watch all the work that they put in, from the click to Sick with the records, everything, man. It's a blessing. It's natural.
What was life growing up for you?
Shit, life was fun, man. As a kid, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. As a kid, it was fun because I was always a curious person, so I always had my eyes open, my ears open. I got a chance to really see a lot of legendary things as a kid. Being in the studio, watching my pops work, watching Studio Tone make music, watching Bosco, Battle Cat, Rick Rock, all type, man. But life in general was fun. Hell yeah.
Did you ever get to meet Mac Dre?
I met Mac Dre at the quarterbacking video shoot, 2003. I had just started making beats. I was 15 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mac Dre came through. We was out there with all our folks, Chuck, Dundee, San Quinn, all them. We shot it in Frisco. It was the song my pop shot with the clips.
Oh, yeah.
It was at a video shoot. He was hella cool. And him and my pops was chopping it up for hours, probably about a solid hour.
Yeah.
Dre had like a bottle of Hennessy. Pops said, let me hit that nigga. Yeah. I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, man. It was good. And I talked to Dre after that too. He was like, he wanted to get some beats. And we never got to work, man. We did work on one track. It's called Let Yourself Go. You can look it up right now. It was with Vital, my pops, and Dre. And I produced that track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it just kind of talking about Dre, your father, was it kind of like just cool to see both legends just from Vallejo doing a little music video? Because in the Bay Area, the culture, it's kind of big, but it's kind of small. Like, everyone in music really knows each other in a way.
Yeah. So that's one of the things they was talking about. Like, because, back in the day, it was the small little rap beef between somebody who was on our label, which is my cousin Lil Bruce, and Dre. They had this thing called the Sig tapes. They was going back and forth. There was a little rap beef. It was never between my pops and Dre. It was because of my cousin had a beef with Dre.
Yeah.
So I remember Dre saying, man, I just realized how small the city is. When you get out the city, Vallejo it's a pretty good sized city, but at the same time, it's a small ass area. Everybody knows everybody's mother, grandmother, everybody's connected, you know. So it was dope to see them connect. I mean, you know, they never had any type of thing anyway. So yeah.
What do you think is the necessary step for you to just take it to the next level?
For me to take it to the next level, would come down to just beasting all the way up and accepting my position, you know, and really just living my life and doing all the things I always wanted to do as a kid. Like I said, I had a big imagination. I always knew what I wanted to do. And, you know, I'm 25 years old now, man. I've been in this game since I was 3. Like I said, I've been producing since I was 15. And I've always played the background. That was always my thing. And now it's like, I'm still going to play, you know, the background. I'm still going to do me, but now it's time for me to
branch out, do what you deserve.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm putting in a lot of work,
a
lot of hours, a lot of nights. So, you know, we're here now.
I think the first song I ever heard that you were featured with was On Oil.
On Oil?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did that in 2009, man.
Yeah.
I'm turned up. I'm on this oil in the motherfucker turned up.
Did you make the beat?
I made that beat. That was for the Bay Bridges 2.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I did the Bay Bridges 1 when I was 17 years old, 2005. And then that was for the Bay Bridges 2. And we put that on the hold. Well, I put that on the hold. I had the whole thing done, but like I said, since 2010 to 2013, my pops has put out 10 albums. And I was right there with all of them producing. So, but I've been producing since 2003.
Yeah. Well, high school, you know, you basically were putting out hits after hits. How was high school, you know, females? How was, like, did you get a lot of attention for music? How was all that?
Yeah, I went to Dublin High School, so they was a little more tardy out there. They wasn't really all the way up on point, but I still had, you know, groupie chicks, you feel me? That's when MySpace started cracking. Yeah. So of course I had, you know, the females. Like, I always been more about just staying focused. I always been more about staying focused because handling my business, you know what I'm saying? Women are always gonna be here, man. It's like, do what you gotta do. Don't get caught up in your hype at the moment, you know what I'm saying?
And you know, basically what I've seen is that another step that you've taken to really push yourself is that you had collabs with Kendrick Lamar, who is, you know, right now one of the top 5 artists out nationwide and all that. Definitely. How is it to work with him?
That was dope. You know, it's a real dude, cool dude. We was on tour with my pops in Tech 9, Independent Grind Tour. At the time, Kendrick was doing the hype man for J-Rock. So he was on tour with J-Rock, and I was on tour with my pops. I just came just to, you know, network. And he came on the tour bus. I slapped the Rossi Wine beat. He came with the hook in like 10 seconds. We went to we set up a little studio. He memorized the verse, no pad, no pen, and the nigga just went in. He just went in, man. It was raw. It was raw as fuck. Cause, you know, we connected. That's forever. Yeah. We did another song after that too, and hopefully I could produce on his next album. But it was dope, man. Kendrick is a legend, man. He's a future legend.
Yeah.
He's locked in.
What's the connection between Bay and LA? How do you view the connection right now?
It's like cousins or something, you know what I'm saying? Like brothers, man. You know, the LA it's a different type of culture, but we always connected, you know what I'm saying? And now I feel like, especially with the hyphy movement, at that time, LA was loving it. LA was loving the hyphy movement. They was ghost riding the whip on Crenshaw, all this shit. And once the Bay left, once the Bay stopped fucking with the hyphy movement, LA came with the jerkin music.
Yeah.
And then the jerkin music turned into this turned up ratchet music that they do now.
Yeah.
Which is like a evolution of hyphy music, you know what I'm saying? So we all connected regardless, man. It's natural.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Young California, you know, you got Sage, you got Sue, you got YG, all that. How would you view them as new up-and-coming artists?
I think it's good because they represent the culture, you feel me? They represent the culture of life right now for a young cat, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the clubs and all this shit, that's what they represent, you know?
What does Droop-E represent?
Droop-E represents abstract ideas mixed with ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Droop-E represents the basis. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I represent.
How were you growing up? Like, what was your personality?
My personality, I was always more chill and calm. I was always calm. That's what they always told me when I was a baby. I'd just be around G's, but I would just be cool, calm, you feel me, soak it up, you know what I'm saying? But I always was like very creative. I always had ideas. I remember when I was like 8, I came up to my mom's and my pops. I'm like, man, I got this idea. We should put a camera on the back, you feel me, as a rear view mirror. And now every car got, damn near every new car got rear view mirrors, you know, cameras right there, you feel me, when you're backing up. I was always like putting shit together, like just coming with all types of ideas, man. Just, you know, connected to, I don't want to go too deep, you feel me, but always connected to pushing the limits on ideas.
What ideas are you going to push right now?
Shit, I want to really connect the whole world, you know, the music of the world connected with the back, connected with rap. Push the limits musically. And also push the limits on finding peace. A lot of our music, they don't try to show you how to get to peace. They show you how to lead into more chaos.
Yeah.
They show you how to keep fucking up so you still stay in that mind state. So what I want to do is just get to the basis of the truth. And I think that's where music is going, period. Back to just reality. More and more, as everybody's getting more and more connected, it's coming back to reality. It ain't just about just the flashy blitz, you know what I'm saying? The bullshit. So
kind of more of a, not really necessarily the East Coast, but you know, the East Coast has had more of their OGs like Jay-Z and Mos Def. That's what they always focused on. Is there anything you could just say that you've taken from the East Coast, as far as like they inspired you in some sort of way?
Yeah, I say samples. You know, that's the East Coast is like where hip hop started at. So like definitely samples. I've always loved East Coast samples. DMX's first 2 albums was definitely influential.
Yeah.
On me. ODB used to be my favorite rapper in the 90s. My favorite rapper. I slap his album every day. I was like fucking 8 years old going to North Hills Christian School in Vallejo, slapping ODB. But yeah, samples, you know, that's it really.
Producing, rapping, what do you like better?
I like producing better because I can express myself in more ways. You know, music, you can do more when you rapping. For me, I don't talk too much, so when I rap, it's gonna come out like it's gonna be a whole bunch of ideas all at once, or it's just gonna be the bare minimum of how I was feeling at that moment. But I like them both. Sometimes I'm more in the production mode, sometimes I'm more in the rapping mode. It just depends on where I'm at.
What are you gonna try to like make more of a name for yourself as a rapper?
Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna push that more?
I'm gonna put my EP out.
EP?
Yeah, Hungry and Humble. Hungry and Humble EP. It'll be out in July, the first week of July.
Yeah.
That album features Kendrick Lamar, features E40, features Cousin Fick, Sick with the Fam.
Yeah.
That's like my starting point. And after that, it's gonna be hella projects. I got like 4 albums recorded right now. Peace, The Portal, Black Diamond Life 2, and then my full-length LP. That'll all be out by the end of this year.
Okay.